Hello, everyone. I am Willie Sublet III, founder of the RightTouch Solutions, and welcome back to the RightTouch Rundown. I know it has been a while since our last episode. I took about 5 weeks off for a much needed break. I spent some time resting, reading, wrestling with the old boy, resetting, and refilling this old tank. But now we are back. We are recharged and ready to keep building stronger, smarter nonprofits together with you. Let's get into it. I believe at the time of this video, which is October 2025, many organizations are getting ready to gear up for the next year. If you haven't started doing it, get busy on it. Retreats are being planned, goals are being drafted, caterers are being called. Because these are long meetings. You got to feed these people, treat your people right. And everyone is talking about strategy. And it's the perfect time to revisit, revamp, or even create strategy for the year ahead. But before we jump into all of that, let's take a quick pause and talk about something that's always comes first. We all know it, my favorite word, clarity. Because you cannot build a strong strategy on confusion. So why the strategy fail without clarity, Willie? No problem. I got an answer for you. Many teams rush into planning sessions with good intentions, excuse me. They make those lists. They pick their themes. The whiteboard is up. The easel that you can tear apart and put all over the room. You got your colors out. You're ready to talk at great lengths about all the great things you can accomplish when we just pull together. The problem is that even though everyone in the room is saying the same words, misunderstanding and misinterpretation often slip in because of how words were meant to be said, how everyone heard them, and what they believed those words meant. Those can surprisingly be three completely different things. Quick example. Let's say you say, we need more community engagement. And then half the room starts planning events, calling community organizers, while the other half starts thinking about social media and things we can post. Same phrase, but totally different pictures in everyone's mind. It is important that your board, your staff, your volunteers are looking at the same picture and drawing the same meaning for the organization. If you are not, your plan will not take you very far. I would love and I want you all to be all in the same gallery. We're in an art gallery, staring at the same picture with our hands behind our backs, like full cultured people, with many of us not knowing what this art is. But we're going to be working together to uncover what the artist, aka your board, meant when it was created and how it should make your members, your community, your sponsors feel about your organization and which way they should go. So, if I could bring your memory back to episode 5, we talked about how communication is not just administrative work, it is a strategy tool in your toolkit. This is one of those moments where that lesson truly matters. If your mission statement lives just on your website, but not in your meetings, not in your events, not in your regular conversation about your organization, you have already contributed to a clarity problem. Now, if you have not seen that episode, take a moment. This is your chance to catch up and grab a few helpful tips. Or you can do it later. This is your YouTube channel. That's your business. I can't make you do it, but I do encourage it. So, for my leaders, we're going to break this down to the leaders of the planning, and then we're going to talk later about our attendees, our board members. So, attendees and board members, we'll get you some drink, get you a little piece of coffee, or whatever time of the day is to fill your belly up. Leaders, I would like you to get a clear plan before you set the meeting. Think to yourself, do I, as the leader, have clarity? This is, again, before you call the team together, before you put it on the calendar, before you write your agenda and all your talking points. Take a moment and pause. And I want you to do two reflections, a self-reflection and an organizational reflection, because you are the organization. You are looked at, as the organization. So as a leader, clarity starts with you. The way you see the mission and the direction you set will shape the conversations that follow. So, before we're in the planning room, we're ready. Here are three questions I want you all to sit with first. I want you to sit with them. You can write it down if you like, or just internalize it. They're very simple. They're not going to give you hard homework, but unless you're a client, then you got homework. But they reveal a lot about how you prepare and truly lead a productive session. Question one: do you believe everyone on your board or planning team can explain the organization's mission in one clear sentence? If you have even the slightest bit of unsurety on that question, this is your first clue. I would like you to make sure that you get everyone on the same page before y'all start hitting that whiteboard. Question two: is your vision something that people can move forward with? Or does it just sound good? Your organization's vision should make and guide your decisions, not serve as a polished message meant only to attract funding or sound great in an opening or a keynote. Question three: have your values shown up in the real behavior of your board and your organization? The way people lead, communicate, and make decisions directly reflects how they interpret what you say you believe and how they choose to engage with you. So, are you putting out wonderful values, but in the meetings, you talk over people, or you don't make sure everybody's word is heard? Are you skipping through committees and not giving them a chance? Are you following up? When was the last time you just talked to members and not just your board? Let's make sure our values are shown in our real behavior. Because when those three things are clear, your upcoming strategy sessions will carry the focus and honesty needed for real, intentional planning to happen. Planning sessions get heated, it's candid. It's a time for us to just say where we are, pulse check, and how can we move forward. But we can't do it unless we're being honest and real. The values and missions become the compass, and should be the compass, that points every goal in the right direction. So, one more quick callback, if I'm remembering correctly. In episode 9, we talked about the shift from founders to function. I'm going to put it somewhere around here. I'm learning how to use this YouTube. We looked at how organizations can move from dependent on one person's passion to being guided by structure, aka moving away from only the founder talking. The same idea applies to strategic planning. When a plan decides only on one person's vision, it loses its power and tenacity when that person rolls out, steps out, has a succession, starts something else. But when a plan grows out of a shared clarity, out of a shared goal, out of a shared communication, it becomes part of the organization's culture. Clarity turns strategy from a personal dream into an organizational rhythm. If you remember, we talked about rowing and how you have to row together, otherwise you're going in circles. All right, leaders, you can stay hang back here. Let's call back in our board and planning committee. Come on back over here, put them cookies down and come on. It's time for a simple clarity check for the team. So, team, I want you to think about this. And leaders, this is homework you need to give to your team. Does my team share that clarity? We're still in the planning for the planning session mode. You've done your homework, leaders, to ensure that the mission and the vision are moving in the right direction. So now it's time for a quick clarity check for the team. I'm asking you to send these 3 questions out to your team. You know, I love threes. I am the third. This will test where your team stands before the next retreat. I have found that if you give your board or planning team homework or pre work, it increases the chances of a productive meeting from the very beginning. They come in already prepared with something to say. Because if I spent that much time doing something, I'm going to say something. You can also turn these questions into icebreakers that start the session. Remember, there is nothing worse than being given homework or something to present and then never getting to it because of the agenda or because you got sidetracked. So you might as well just get it out the way from the jump. Question 1 for your team. Ask everyone to define success for your organization in one sentence. Yes, we're doing a bunch of one sentences because a lot of us are long-winded. I'm one of them. Question 2. Review the current vision statement and ask, does this still match the season this organization is in? It may have matched the season back in 1988 or 2021, but does it match where you're going in 2026 to 2030? Okay, you know I love a good 4 or 5 year strategy. Think about those. Question 3 for you to stay on track. Think about recent decisions. Do they reflect your stated values or something else entirely? These questions can be displayed on the screen. You can put them on the whiteboard before the meeting starts. If you want that interaction, you can use tools like Poll Anywhere or my favorite, Mentimeter, so board members can respond anonymously or not. That is your decision, but it allows them to have it already, copy and paste and put it on the board so we can all be looking at it together. I love having everything in one place, and it makes a greater discussion. And it also shows that they are valued because you cared enough to go through it. Now, if those answers do not line up, it's time to pause the meeting and ground yourselves in clarity before hitting that whiteboard and planning out the year. Oh, my friends, I love it that we talk about it, we understand it, we're working toward it, but we all know that strategy starts with clarity. You cannot measure progress toward a blurry vision. Taken from somebody, because without these, everything's a blur. When your team understands the mission and believes in the same direction, planning is smoother, decisions are faster, and results get real. In the next episode, we're going to discuss building a plan that actually works. We will walk through how to take that clarity we just talked about and then turn it into something that lives, breathes, and guides your work all year long. As always, I greatly appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out with me at the Right Touch Rundown. If anything here has helped you to think a little bit differently, even the slightest bit, about your upcoming planning sessions, share it with another leader who is getting ready for that next year. Don't you gatekeep. And as always, follow RightTouch Solutions on all the social medias for weekly insights. And remember, mission moves best with structure. I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for hanging out.